Hello everyone, my name is Jacob Woodard. So before I get started on explaining this data model and how my data is stored in my project, I wanted to go ahead and tell you what I created for my web application and why I created it. So I am a college student and an athlete, so I wanted to create a to-do list web application for my project because many times I find it difficult to remember assignments or remember to go to certain meetings that I need to go to, remember my homework. So I wanted to create a to-do list where I can organize my information clearly and not have to remember everything I need to do. And I wanted to extend this application to other people that might be in my position who are enduring these struggles as well. And so basically, yeah, I wanted to create this list for other people to be able to have an orderly fashion to organize their tasks that they need to complete throughout the day. With that being said, this does extend outside of my target audience. Other people can use this to-do list web application. They don't just have to be college students or college athletes. It is a to-do list application, and many people do have tasks that they need to complete that are outside of that realm. So this is for everyone, but my purpose and rationale was for college students and athletes. So next, I just wanted to go ahead and dive into this data model, and I wanted to kind of explain how I'm storing my data and what it means. So I created a to-do list. So we'll just start with the task list. So looking at the task list, we have the user, the title, the description, whether the task is completed or not, or whether the task is created or not. And so that's all right here. And so basically, for my data model, I have a many-to-one relationship with my items. So what I mean by that is we're looking at the task list, right? So we have the user, the title, the description, whether it's complete or created or not, and that is all going to be pointing towards one user. All of those items will be pointed towards a specific user. All of the tasks, yeah, are pointed towards whoever is logged in. So that's kind of the same for the title. So we're going to have like different components of our task. The description of the task. Is it completed or not? The creation of the task, when it was created, that's all going to be pointed towards the title. So next, I also created a search function. So my search function basically allows a user to search for tasks based off the starting letter, and they can also just type in the whole task if they know the whole task. But if they type in like the letter G, all the tasks that start with the letter G will pop up. So basically, this has a many-to-one relationship with our task list because I can search for a multitude of different tasks, but at the end result, it's all going to be pointing towards the one task that was being searched for. So essentially, that's how I'm storing my data, and it's in a many-to-one relationship. So next, I wanted to go over some of the wireframes and preliminary screens that I created before the construction of my web application. So we'll start with this one right here. So basically, this is what I wanted my to-do list to look like when you have a logged in user. So for example, my name's Jacob. So I would like it to say, hello, Jacob, you have this number of tasks to complete. I also have a logout function, and here's the search function that you can search for. The plus sign is adding a task. And then here are the tasks right here that I just created as sample tasks. You have homework, exercise. This is where you'll click on it to delete a task, the X, and then you can also just click on the task to edit it where you can add the description or mark it as completed. So moving on to the next wireframe. So I wanted to create functionality for non-logged in users. And so basically it's going to redirect them to, they're going to be able to click on a link that is called form, and they're going to be able to fill out a form that I wanted to ask a question on. So that question is essentially asking if college students or really anyone, if they think that a to-do list is helpful for college students. So it is a little different than the question I have here, and I also changed it from being a vote method to being a text form. So basically you can type your answer in and then click submit. So those are the wireframes that I had. So now I want to go ahead and show the progress that I have made. So here's my application. I feel like it looks pretty similar to that wireframe. And so I just have some tasks in here. This is me logged in. It says, hi, here's my username. You have this many tasks. And then you can log out and see the login page, log in, add a task, and so on. And so I will go over this in further detail in my actual final presentation. But here I just wanted to show you all of the code progress that I have made. So we'll start with models.py, and I'll just go all the way down the list for my pages. So here's models.py. Here is views.py. Here is URLs. This is for my URL patterns. Here's my admin.py. And then now I'm getting into my .html pages, and this is for my class-based views. So I pretty much have an HTML page for each class-based view. And so we have that one, and we have the login.html. We have our main we have our main.html. The register page for the register.html, the task confirm delete HTML, and so on. We have task detail here. We have task form here, and we have task list here. And so that is my progress up to date. And actually, before I conclude this meeting, I wanted to touch on the development tool that I'm using. I'm actually using Python Anywhere. I used Python Anywhere during the school year for this class, and I really like the functionality of it. So I am using Python Anywhere to create this application.